Welcome back to Jnanakashi Academy. This is our channel. In this class, we are discussing about 7th class science, chapter 1, the living word adaptation and classification. In this chapter, we are discussing about very important questions and answers through the discussion. And if you see the first time our channel, please subscribe, bell icon to the next way, give a thumbs up me. Then next we are discussing about surrounding diversity of plants. Diversity it means a difference, very differences, different types of plants, different types of animals, how to adapt to the surrounding media. That classification we are discussing here. In this chapter, diversity of plant is one of the main chapter here. First one is flowering plant and non-flowering plant. Diversity of plants have three types of plants here. One is flowering and non-flowering. Some plants are flowers give me flowers. That flowers we call as a flowering plants. Some plants are not giving me flowers. That like a plants we are called as a non-flowering plants. The plants are growing in water, desert, and snowy region. This is a diversity of plants. How to plants are grow in water, how to plants are grow in desert region, how to plants are grow in snowy region, like this. And third one, diversity of plants, microscopic plant and huge plants. It means cannot see the naked eyes. That like a plants we call as a microscopic plants. And then next we are going to discuss about diversity in animals. Unicellular and multiple cellular animals are present. Unicellular it means a single cell containing animals we call as a unicellular. And multicellular it means many more cells to form a one organism. That organism we call as a multicellular organism. Next, second one is vertebrates and invertebrates. The who animal that have a spinal cord, that animals we call as a vertebrate. Don't know, and some animals are not invertebrate. Without vertebrate, that animals we call as a non-vertebrate animals. And third diversity is aquatic. It means in water, and terrestrial in land. Amphibiancy it means land and water, both side living animals we call as amphibian. Reptiles and reptiles, for example snake, turtle, these animals we call as a reptiles. And aerial it means live in sky, maximum time live in through the air. That animals we call as aerial. Like a example, eagle, like a animals are aerial animals. This is the diversity of plants and animals. Next we are going to the discussion about questions. Very important question. Please memorize. Before you memorize the questions, please read concentrately and uh, try to understand what is there in this chapter. Okay. Next we are going to discussion about questions. First question is like this. In this chapter, we acceptation of the questions like this. Fill in the blanks. Filling the blanks like these questions are arised in this chapter. Okay. First question is fill in the blank with the suitable words. First question is like this. The stem of a cactus. Question. The stem of a cactus dash in the absence of leaves. Dash in a word suitable word is a photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the suitable word in first question. Fill in the blanks. The stems of a cactus perform a photosynthesis in absence of leaves. And next question, right answer is photosynthesis. Next question, grasses in dash region is very well. The grass it means grasses are very well grown in which region? Equator. Equator, it means this is considered we earth, and earth middle ray we call as the equator. This region very well grasses are very tall. And next, the third question is plant like a dodor. It means cactus or dash. And the question is like this: the plants like a dodor or cactus is a parasitic. Parasitic, it means a need to food any plants to depending upon the other plants. That's like a plants we called as parasitic plants. Then fourth one, dash dash have a root like a fibrous in absorption of the food. The right answer is fungi. Fungi have a root like a fibrous for a absorption of the food. Next one, fifth question. Dash. This one is a dash. Dash have a scales on the skin. Find of a body which have a scales on the body. The fish. Fish is a living water. Next, sixth one. 29th April is observed as a dash. The right answer is 29th April is observed as a World Frog Protection Day because of frogs are eating the insect to very healthily in our surrounding because of frogs are eating the insect. That's like a fill in the blanks questions are arised in this question. Please memorize before you memorize what is the question here, what is the answer here, what is the answer is correct here. This all the concept are you must be memorized. Otherwise don't understand anything. So okay, first you memorize the aquatic. Aquatic, it comes under the aquatic. You please memorize the one example. Aquatic plants like this. You come in front of your eyes. Give me one example like this lotus. Like this, can you take any examples to how to write the adaptation in the surrounding? That's like a pens. The fill in the blanks questions are like this arise in this chapter. We are going to discuss next question like this. Question number second. Find my match. Match the following. Like these questions are also arrives. The A group. The next second one is a B group. Like this. Match the followings. Okay. First one is a lotus. Lotus is a adapted to live in water. First, lotus correct answer is which one is the correct answer? The adapted to live in the water. Like this, we correct the possible answer here. Alloy. Alloy is adapted to live in a desert because of alloys very well store the water in the body, and alloy have a there is no leaves, stems are there, leaves are converted into thorns. That's why alloy is adapted to live in desert. And cactus, sorry, cuscuta. Cuscuta is the third one. Cuscuta is correct answer to historical roots for absorption of the water. Next, fourth one, Venus of the plytrop are flowers and leaves of attract to the insect. Because of this, like a plants are eating the parasitic plants like this, and uh, these are the plants are eat the attract to the insect. That insect to use to food to the nutrition that insect. Like these questions are arise in this chapter adaptation. Next question. Next question. Like this. Who is laying? Who is laying? It means cockroach. Cockroach is the first question. Cockroach is the first question. I have a few legs. Is it possible? Check it. Cockroach is a laying. Yes. and cockroach has 6 legs. And then next one is hen. My toys are whipped. Hen is a laying. It has or not whipped because the some aquatic reason like this, a duck, then a duck like a birds are a whipped toys, but hen is not a whipped toys because of not sit on the waters. Hens are not sitting in the on the water. That's why the hen toys are not whipped. Is the correct answer. Next one, third one is cactus. Cactus, my fleshy green part is leaves. My fleshy and green part is leaves. Cactus is a laying, yes. It is a fleshy and green plants is stem. The in a cactus like a plants fleshy greens of stem is very fleshy and it green part is a stem. Yes. Uh, these like a cactus plants are stems are very greeny and store the water and fruits in a stem. Like these questions are also arise in this chapter. Next we are going to discuss next questions. Question number 4. Answer the following questions like this. First question is here. Why is penguin skin white and thick, and why is there thick a layer of the fat underneath? The penguins are live in polar region. Polar region it means this is Earth. We consider the Earth. This one is the equator of the Earth, and this region we call as the polar. Okay, polar very snowy region because of directly sunlight is not fall on the polar region. In this polar region, the penguins are live in the polar region. Why the penguin skin is white? Question is listen carefully, listen and read it. Why the penguin skin is white and thicker? Why is there is thick layer of fat underneath? So we are searching the questions for this question here. The penguins are live in the extreme cold polar region. Yes, all are you agree with these questions? Penguins are live in the extreme cold polar regions. That's why the penguin is always covered over with the ice. It has a thick skin with a thick layer of fat underneath because of it does not allow the body heat. Okay, a penguin is a very heat body because of that penguin skin is very thick and a skin underneath a thick fat also present because of doesn't it allow does not allow the body to heat to escape out to due to the white color. It can mix with the surrounding and cannot be easily located. Like this question you write. The penguins are live in polar region. Why? Like these questions also arise because of the penguins are live in the snowy region. That's why the penguin's skin is very thick. The penguin skin underneath a very good fat because of it loss of doesn't allow the body to heat to escape out. It is the main question, main answer for the why the penguin skin is white and thick, why their thick layer of underneath. Like a perfect answer is like this. Okay, we are going to next question. Very important question. Why do we live in the flock, sticking close to each other? By staying in flocks, one is protected against the attack from the predator. It becomes easier for parental care. Also, sticking to each other, the body heat is not lost to the surrounding. That's why the living the flocks are sticking very close together is the right answer. Next discussion, third question here. Which geographical sorry, which geographical region do I inhabitat and why? Okay, answer is like this. The penguin stay in polar region, especially in the underrated region. There is a abundant food available for the penguin, and thus they are seen in here. Why the penguins are geographical region in habitat? Why? Because of penguins stay in polar region, especially in the Antarctic region. There is a abundant food for available for the penguin, and thus they are seen here. Okay, next question we are going to discuss. Next question, fourth one. Which adaptation should you have enable you to live the permanently in the polar region? Question is like this. Which adaptation should you have enable you live permanently in the polar region? Why? Like this question. And the answer is here. In order to permanently inhabit in polar region, the body should be adapted to the cold temperature. Why the polar regions or animals are living? Because of that, like a animal body should be adapted to the cold temperature. There should be thick layer of a fat. The polar region animals are very thick fat region skins are there, and thick skin to be support the body to ability to regulate the body temperature should be extremely good for survived in the cold region. Okay, all of you, uh, very important question here, adaptation and living classification. In this like questions are arrives in your examination. That's why you need to study like these questions also. Please write down your notebook. This is very useful to write in your examination. Next, we are going to next questions like this. Question number 5. Answer the following questions. Okay. First one. How can plants like a cactus and acacia live in the desert with a scarcity of water? Question is like this. How can plants like the cactus and acacia live in desert region in presence of scarcity of water? In desert region, very low quantity of water present on the desert region. That's why how to live in the cactus and acacia plants are live in desert region. This is question like this. The available and needed question points here like this. First one answer, cactus and acacia are plants that grow in a desert. They can show the adaptation to the survive in the scarcity of water. Because the cactus does not have a leaves. Yes, already you see the cactus plants. Cactus does not have a leaves. Leaves are modified to throw. Okay, already you know how to read in your textbooks. A cactus doesn't have a leaves. The almost all desert plants have a don't doesn't have a leaves. That leaves modify into the thrones. Okay, the next point is the point the stem store water and food, so it is very fleshy. Why the desert reason plants are fishy? That like questions are also arrives. Okay, the correct answer is the stem stores water and food. That's why the stem is very fleshy. Next, fourth one, the stems are green and they are perform to absorb the absence of leaves. Okay, see, the stems are green as they perform photosynthesis in the absence of leaves. Uh, All the desert plants have a green stem. The desert region plants are don't doesn't have a leaves. In absence of leaves, how to do the synthesis? Using the stem only. The result desert region have the photosynthesis have because of the stems are green, very fresh because of store the water and food. Using the stem, desert region plants are doing the photosynthesis also. Next, um, desert region adaptation to going to the next point is there is a thick layer of waxy substance on the stem. Okay, Tumani, this is very important question. Points are there in the desert region plants. There are thick layer of stems are present in the desert region and also waxy layer is present on the um, stem of the desert region. Okay. Uh, Also, like these questions are asked, write the characteristics of desert region plants. Like these questions, same answer you write like this only. Okay. Next question discussion. What adaptation do you see in the plants of snowy region? And also question arise like this. Write the characteristics of snowy region plants. What is the adaptation do you see in the plants snowy region? There are coniferous trees like deodar and pine in the snowy region plants. Like these questions also arise like this. Give an example for snowy region. Examples are deodar and pine is a very good example for snowy region plants. And next point we are going to their trees are conical in shape with sloping branches so that snow doesn't remain accumulated on the trees of the top. Next, third one, third one point is here. In order to obtain other nutrition, they consume the sorry. Okay. Point is the bark of tree is very thick, which is helps to tree to withstand the cold. Why the snowy region plants are very thick bark? Like these questions also arise in this topic. Because of the snowy region plants are very thick bark because of trees are withstand for the cold. That is the perfect answer for this question. Next question. How is a frog is adapted to amphibious habitat? Why is it called as a amphibian? Questions are like this. How frog is adapted to the amphibious habitat? Amphibians it means which animals are live in water also and land also. That like animals we call as a amphibians. Okay. Read the characteristics of amphibians like a frog. First one point is like this. Insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants inhabit soil that is deficient in nitrogen. Okay. The plants are need to nitrogen and phosphorus, potassium, proper growth. Next, next, dear friends, this is some major questions from the adaptation and classification. Remaining questions we are discussing next session of the videos. And the questions are very important like this. Please study and memorize the all questions. How to write the characteristics and the scientific reasons also arise in this question. Next session we are discussing the remaining question. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the bell icon next week. Thank you so much.